The Philippines is a beautiful country that has been repeatedly invaded in its history. On each occasion, the Filipino people resisted, but arguably their greatest test came in 1941, when Japan invaded. But the Japanese were about to meet their match in a soft-spoken petite schoolteacher named Nievez Fernandez. Today we will learn about how this brave woman became one of the greatest resistance fighters in the history of the Philippines, killing over 200 Japanese troops and giving hope to the occupied people. This is Knowledge Voyage. But before this video starts, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get all of our weekly videos about history. Thank you. The Philippines was taken over by Spain in the 1500s and remained under Spanish control until it was taken over by the USA in 1898, following the Spanish-American War. The Philippines remained a virtual US colony until 1941, when an expansionist Imperial Japan invaded the Philippines. The country had many resources the Japanese Empire needed, and as in many other countries, Japanese rule in the Philippines was often brutal and marked by many atrocities. This brutality included crimes against children, and it was this that brought Nievez Fernandez into the fight. Nievez was a schoolteacher in the Philippine city of Tacloban. When the Japanese occupiers began brutalizing her students, she vowed to get revenge, and that is exactly what she got. The Japanese had banned guns, so she improvised by building her own guns made from pipes. She loaded pipes with gunpowder and nails and then used them to kill the Japanese before seizing their guns. Nievez also made use of a long dagger that she used to make silent kills in ambushes in the jungles at night. Such knives were common agricultural tools, so never looked suspicious. Fernandez gathered a group of locals around her, and together they waged courageous guerrilla resistance to the Japanese. They often rescued women and girls who had been kidnapped and forced to work as comfort women in Japanese army harems. They also launched ambushes on Japanese patrols. The Japanese were furious and offered a bounty of 10,000 pesos for her capture, a vast sum, but no one betrayed the courageous Nievez Fernandez. By now, she was the only known female guerrilla commander in the Philippines, but was widely respected by her male fellow fighters, and the local people who appreciated her resistance to the brutal occupying army. By late 1944, Japan was on the ropes, and by early 1945, Japan had been totally driven from the Philippines by returning American troops. Nievez was recognized for her courage, determination, and skill, and she happily demonstrated her techniques to American troops. Nievez is believed to have killed as many as 200 Japanese soldiers, an astonishing count. Nievez would die in the 1990s, much loved by her family, community, and country. World War II is full of examples of courageous resistance fighters, and the quiet schoolteacher from Tacloban is one of the greatest. Thanks for watching everyone, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.